Looking to make it 6 wins out of 7 in the league, AFC Liverpool travelled to Squires Gate, a team who so far this season had won 1 and drawn 1 of their opening 6 league encounters. There was just one change to the side that drew with Barnoldswick Town at the weekend, with Michael Gervin coming in for Jay Wynn. Paul Brown had an early half chance for AFC Liverpool, but under pressure he could only poke the ball tamely at Ben Fletcher after skipping through a couple of challenges. Had the ball not bounced up when Ronnie Morgan received Michael Gervin's cross, then the striker may have had a better chance than the one he ended up with, which saw his shot easily gathered by Ben Fletcher. Gates' first chance of the evening came when Benedict Fishwick was allowed to advance too easily on the Reds' goal, but fortunately Stephen Longrig was able to turn his effort behind for a corner. When captain Liam Loughlin sent Ronnie Morgan free, hopes were high for a Reds breakthrough, but though the striker easily lifted the ball over the advancing Fletcher, his accuracy wasn't quite there. Gate took the lead with AFC Liverpool temporarily down to 10 men, with Michael Gervin off injured. Anthony Brown's sliding tackle sent the ball straight to Russ McKenna, whose first-time return set Max Landless away, and he knocked the ball into Stephen Longrig before walking it into an empty net. This was the first time this season AFC Liverpool had fallen behind in a match, and now the question was whether they could respond to it, and the fact that their performance so far on the night hadn't equalled what they'd already shown earlier in the season. AFC Liverpool's best chance of the half came shortly before the break. Neville Picton broke through one challenge, worked his way to the byline and sent a cross into the 6-yard box that Ronnie Morgan met, only for Ben Fletcher to save at point-blank range. Left-back Yunit, Danny Donut Kirchiova, began to have more success down the left flank in the second half, with his first foray deep into Gate territory, resulting in him firing across goal. His second burst forward, though, was to have a more decisive result. Overlapping Steve Corris, the Romanian delivered the perfect first-time cross to allow Paul Brown to head in from close range. As well as being AFC Liverpool's 23rd goal of the season, it was also Paul Brown's 7th. Not a bad return for him from his first 9 games in a red shirt. Another Danny Donut run and cross almost brought about another Reds goal, but this time the ball just evaded the head of Ronnie Morgan, and Neville Picton, coming in at the back, could only catch his half volley on the rise. The home side's best chance of the second half came about when Alex Ralph hung a high cross to the back post that was met by Seydou Bamba, but the Gate number 11 could only send his header into the arms of Stephen Longrig. With time getting short, Reds manager Paul Moore had changed formation to go 3 at the back and 3 up front, bringing Joshua Purcell into the attack, and it almost paid dividends. But like Morgan in the first half, the teenager lifted the ball over the advancing Ben Fletcher, but wide of the post. There was time for one last chance, and when Ronnie Morgan found space to turn on the edge of the box, hopes were raised for a late winner, but the striker's shot flashed wide of the post. 1-1, do you think that was 2 points dropped?
Yeah, it was definitely 2 points dropped, Paul, with the way we've been playing recently and our expectations coming into the game. We expected to go away from Blackpool with all 3 points, and it hasn't happened. And it just wasn't a good enough performance from us, simple as that. And we know that, and the lads know that. That just simply wasn't good enough.
Took you a while to get into the match today, didn't it?
It took about 60 minutes, if we're honest. 55, 60 minutes before we showed any signs of life, and after that we dominated the game. But you can't do that against any team in this division. You've got to be on the ball from the first whistle, and we weren't today for whatever reason, I don't know, but it just wasn't good enough.
They seem to get in your faces a bit more than you got in theirs when the other team had possession.
Yeah, they were a lot livelier than us, a lot livelier, and as a result we just weren't in the game at all in the first half. It just looked, as Paul said in the changing room, just looked lethargic all over the pitch, in possession and out of possession. There just wasn't any energy or any dynamics from the team, and it's strange for us, and could put it down to any number of factors, but it just simply wasn't a good enough performance. Simple as that, mate.
Just tiredness creeping in.
Yeah, it could be tiredness. We've had a few games recently. It could be the weekend. It could be one of many things, Paul. But like I say, we're a lot better team than that. We know we're a lot better team than that. We need to certainly improve on this performance in the next game. We've got a couple of days to lick our wounds, and then we're in the FA Cup on Saturday, and we certainly need to turn up for that game. That's for sure.
1-1, was that a battle fair result?
No, Paul, we should have won it, to be honest. But also, the week we've had, just this week alone, I just think it's a little game too far. But we've had enough of the ball to win it comfortably. We made that error in a passage of play, and we're being punished. But that's all I've done, really. But yeah, looking at it, I'm disappointed that we've lost 2 points in a sense. But like I said, when the week we've just had, somewhere along the line, it possibly could have been Saturday. Unfortunately, it was tonight.
They just seemed a bit disconnected tonight.
They looked a little bit wary, Paul, to be honest with you. Again, you can make all the excuses you want. Do they train enough, this, that and the other? They do all the things that, you're going to get games like that in football. These might go on Saturday and surprise everyone and beat whoever they're going to play. And they're not a bad team, really. They try and play when they can play, but second half maybe just pen them in. I don't even think they got out. But slightly disappointed with the result. But at the end of the day, it's not a defeat.
One real piece of quality produce a goal for you.
Well, we said all along, if you put the ball in there early, nice and early, make people get on the end of them. And I've just said to the lads there, I said we've put 2 crosses in early tonight. The keeper made an early outstanding save, and we scored a great goal. But then you get, Danny Remania does exactly the same thing and takes about 19 touches again. And I just said to him there, I said, I don't know why you do it, mate. You've done it absolutely tremendous with the first goal. You get us back into the game, you get back in the situation identical, and you're taking 6 and 7 touches, and I don't know why he does it, but, maybe the English is not very good.
Just have to learn eventually, doesn't he?
Well, he does. I mean, that doesn't, it's not a criticism of Danny, it's just the fact that, you've done the hard part, you've got past your man, whip the ball in. But he has this tendency of taking 19 touches for some reason, but he's not the only one.
Looked like the substitution was going to work perfectly at the end with Josh Purcell.
Well, I've tried to go for it in the end, mate. I've just gone 3 at the back and put 3 up front, obviously. And I passage of play, and on another day, well, Josh he would have scored, wouldn't he? But he's tried to lift the keeper, and I've just said to him, I don't even know why you tried to lift it. You just should side foot that in it to go, because he's had plenty of time on it. But he's only a young kid learning, so maybe next time he'll score when it really, really matters come the end of the year.
Ramspot United FA Cup Saturday, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I look forward to any FA Cup game. I look forward to them even when I was a player, Paul, to be honest. And I've just said to them, I'll give them the night off this week. They're not going in 30, just told them to just relax, freshen up, because like I said, we've had 7 games and I'm out, I don't know how many days, to be honest with you. So I think, it's only fair to me, because they put a right good effort in so far this season, that they have a night off. And recharge the batteries and hopefully be nice and fresh for an hard game on Saturday, mate, at Ramsbottom.
Well played tonight.
Cheers, mate. Could have been better, but there you go.